Hello, welcome to Chapter 14 for Business Math. This is called Inventory. We're in Lesson 14.2, which is called Trade Discount Complement Method. So we just did 14.1, which was trade discounts. So just calculating them, not necessarily a longer way, but you calculate the discount and then subtract it from the selling price or the list price to get your amount that you're going to pay. In this one, we're going to kind of learn a little bit of a shortcut here. So first of all, we should be reading the chapter, looking through the lessons and the examples, paying attention to the formulas they give you. The vocabulary is very important at this point because sometimes they're going to throw vocabulary at you on these worksheets. And if you don't know what it's talking about, you're not going to know what to do. So make sure you read through the lesson first. They're very short. They're usually only a couple pages long. All right. So let's go ahead and read the summary here. So the complement method is another way of calculating the net price on items that are subject to a trade discount. The complement is found by subtracting the trade discount from 100%. You multiply the list price by the complement to find the net price. Thus, they give you a couple formulas here. Net price equals list price times the complement of the trade discount rate. And you can think of the complement of the trade discount rate as the percent paid. So the trade discount rate is the percent you get off. You get to take that amount off. The complement of that, when we subtract it from 100%, that's the percentage you are going to pay. That's what they're saying. So net price equals the list price times the percent paid. All right, so we're going to complete the table below. And the first thing that I go through and do is I'm just listing, because they give us our trade discount, but because we just talked about complements, we want to subtract this from 100% like this. Boop, boop. And that's really, really big. But I think if I zoom in a little bit, maybe it won't look so bad. Let's see. 100. I think it's the chisel marker that I'm using. Bring the size down a little bit. Went right back up. Okay. 100. That's a little better. All right, now it's not quite so giant in there. All right, so I'm going to subtract it from 100, and that's going to give me my complement right here. So 100% minus 20% is 80%. You're going to do that for each one of these. You're going to subtract from 100 to show you what your complement is. And remember what this means. It's just the difference in wording here. So the trade discount is the amount you get to take off the list price. The complement is the amount you're going to pay. So we're going to pay 80% of the list price. I get to take off 20% of the list price. So it's a difference in wording, but it can take it one step away, because what this is going to do is when I multiply list price and complement, immediately I have my net price. Before on section 14.1, I'm losing my mind on the chapter here. We had to multiply the list price by the trade discount, and that told us how much we could take off. And then we had to go back and subtract it to know what our net price was. So it kind of saves you a step there. You don't have to subtract once you calculate this. So we're going to multiply the complement by the list price here. So $688 times 80%, and we get $550.40. So that's the net price. That's what I'm going to pay. And you're going to do that for each one. So make sure, subtract from 100, that'll give you your complement, and then simply just multiply the list price and the complement to see what you're going to pay. All right, so looking at 5, 6, we'll look at 7 in a minute, but 5 and 6, these two are exactly the same. They're just in word form. So the list price for a computer desk is $88.99. If the discount rate is 30%, what is the net price? So again, you're going to subtract from 100 to get your percent paid. Sorry, losing my wording there. So you're going to get your percent paid, and then you're going to multiply that by $88.99 to get your answer here. So same exact idea on number 6. All right, let's take a look at number 7, and number 8. So number 7, we get another table here. So Beverly Hardware receives various discounts from its suppliers. Find the net price for each amount on the invoice. Round net per item to the nearest cent. So on this one, we just need to find our complement. So same exact idea. We're going to subtract from 100% all the way down. That's going to give us our complement here. So that's the same idea as we did in the first one. Net per item. So we're just going to multiply. Same thing. We haven't changed anything. This is very similar to the first table so far. We're just going to multiply the complement and the list price here. So we're going to multiply, and that will give us our net per item. So once we know what our complement is, and I'll go ahead and fill in this first one so that it makes a little more sense. So 100 minus 36 gives us 64%. That's our complement. That's the percent we're going to pay. Times 28.25. So 64% of 28.25 is 18.08. So that's how much net we're going to pay per item. And then they throw this part in. So there's a new part of the table here that wasn't in 1, 2, 3, and 4. What we're going to do is just multiply simply. If we're ordering 36 items and they're 18.08 each, we're just going to multiply those two together, and we're going to get $650.88. All right. So hopefully that made a little bit more sense seeing me go through the table. So I'll let you complete the rest of those, and I'm going to scooch down. We're going to take a look at the algebra problem here. Remember, algebra does not mean that it's going to be a harder problem. It just simply means that they want you to think about it. What have I just learned about trade discounts and complement method, and how do I apply that to this problem, this situation? Usually something's going to be missing, and we just have to fill it in. So the Off-Price Store Supply House, LLC, offers a trade discount rate which is 4 times its complement. The net price is $19.99. What is the list price? What is the trade discount? So first, the first thing we need to know is we need to find the complement. Complement. Sorry, my pen stopped working there for a second. So find the complement. So we know it's 100% minus the discount. And that's going to equal the complement. I'm going to be a little lazy and just put comp there. And then they told us that the discount is 4 times its complement. So we can replace discount with 4 times the complement. So we have 100 minus, and I'm going to go 4. Instead of writing comp again, I'm just going to write C. So remember that I'm replacing discount with 4C, 4 times the complement. Okay, equals, and again, instead of complement, I'm going to put C. So if you notice, I just created a formula or an equation, rather, that I only have C's. I can solve this. I have one variable. So I can definitely solve this. So I can add 4C to both sides. 4C. Boom. I have 100% equals negative 4C, positive 4C. Anytime we have the same number that's negative and positive, they cancel. And then C, remember there's a 1 here. So 1 complement plus 4 complements gives me 5 complements, or C. So now all I have to do is divide by 5. And this will tell me what my complement is. So make sure it's not 5 divided by 100. Sorry, it should be on this side. I was just trying to make sure you can kind of see that I was doing it on either side there. So it's kind of reading it backwards. So it's 100 divided by 5, not 5 divided by 100. So we have 20% equals C. So now we have our complement. So the second task in order to do this is to find the list price. So now that we've found the complement, we can actually complete part A here. So find list. So remember, the net equals list times the comp. And I know I'm shortening all of this. So list price equal sorry, um, your total net equals your list price times your complement. So they're telling us the net price is $19.99. They told us that in the problem. So that was really one of the main given pieces of information. The four times its complement with the discount rate, that was given information as well, but we also had to kind of go back and apply that to a formula. This was straight kind of information given to us as far as the net price. So this equals the list price, which I'm just going to write as L, times the complement, which we just found was 20%. All right. So now if I want to find the list price, all I have to do is take this and divide by 20% because I want to get this L by itself. So I'm dividing both sides by 20%. So $19.99 divided by 20% will give us our list price because these cancel. So this is part A. All right, so this is going to go up here in part A. And then the trade discount, we simply just take the list price. So we're going to take the list price, and this is how you do this part, list price, and subtract from the net price. So once we have our list, we're just going to subtract $19.99 from it, and that tells us what our discount was. So that part's definitely pretty easy to figure out once you have this piece filled in. So I'm going to let you multiply that. I'm going to let you figure it out so I don't do the whole problem for you. Definitely got you started here. There's only a couple more calculations to finish that one off. Make sure you write out your work so we can see where you're going and help you along the way. I hope that helped, and I will see you in section 3.